My role as an academic librarian is to help you with your research skills. Today, we are going to delve into how to conduct research for art history. Sometimes beginning the research process can be a challenge, but there are some solutions you can begin with. You could start with reference resources, such as encyclopedias and dictionaries. Although you cannot use them to count as one of your sources because they are not considered scholarly, you can use them to provide background information for your topic. You can also use the information in them to help make your final decision in selecting a topic for your research. Resource guides provide resources for when you begin to conduct research within the subject area you are researching. So for this assignment, you might want to go and visit the Arts Resource Guide. Lastly, you can contact a librarian. We can help you through the research process and guide you through creating citations. Resources come in different types and different formats and can consist of books, articles, and websites. Books and ebooks can be considered scholarly or non-scholarly. One of the ways to tell if a book is scholarly is by looking into who published the book. A lot of university press publishers, such as Oxford University Press, are considered scholarly because they have gone through a rigorous publishing process and have been extensively reviewed. Articles can also be scholarly or non-scholarly. Non-scholarly articles are meant to inform or entertain the public. Think of magazines and newspaper articles. Their language will be informal, and you will often find advertisements in the middle of the pages. Scholarly articles are meant for professors, students, and researchers within the field. They often have charts, tables, and graphs, and their purpose is to present research findings. Scholarly articles are what your professors will mainly want you to use as your sources in college. Websites are never usually scholarly. However, websites can inform you about public opinions and public information for your topic. Misinformation and fake news run rampant on the internet, and they're becoming an increasing problem. Therefore, it's important for you to evaluate the sources you find on websites. Many times when you select a topic, it will begin very broadly, such as prehistoric art. I can go many different directions with this broad topic. As a researcher, I will begin to read through reference resources to gather background information to help me narrow the scope of my research. As I read through encyclopedias, dictionaries, and articles on my topic, I will come across additional related terms, such as Paleolithic cave art. After further reading, I might come across a more narrowed scope of Lascaux cave. I can use this narrowed focus for my research. For the next part of the presentation, I'm going to show you how to develop a search strategy for when you begin research. First, you will need to identify keywords. Keywords are important single words and phrases for your topic. You will use keywords to enter in the databases to retrieve articles. After you have identified keywords, you will then need to brainstorm possible synonyms, because not every author will use the exact same words. So you will need to think of synonyms that go with some of the keywords you have identified. After you've gathered a list of keywords, you will need to consider the best way to combine them. So think about which combinations of keywords would give you effective results in the databases. You will need to consider all three of these strategies as you are beginning the research process. Databases do not read in natural language. If you type a long sentence into the search box in the database, it will pull each word out of your sentence and can give you many unrelated articles. Instead, you need to use keywords. Keywords are single words and phrases. Think of them as important words that stand out to you. the who, what, when, where, and why for your topic. You can get keywords from reference resources, such as encyclopedias and dictionaries, and through the subject terms in journal articles, which offer more controlled vocabulary. On this next slide, you can see where you can find subject terms. You will find them on the information page for an article. Many of these subject terms were created by indexers and are more friendly to the database. You can also use the subject terms to further narrow the scope of your research. As you're going through resources, it is important to begin gathering a list of keywords. On the right side, you will see a list of my keywords I've gathered for my topic as I've gone through different reference resources, such as encyclopedias and dictionaries. You can also gather keywords from your own prior knowledge of the topic. So think of some words you already know in connection with the topic. Another place to gather additional keywords is from books, journal articles, websites, and even videos on your topic. When you have 2 or more keywords to enter in the database, you can select Advanced Search to use Boolean operators to combine them. Databases use Boolean operators to help you expand or narrow your search. This will help you have more control over your search. You can use Boolean operators when you have 2 or more keywords you want to use in your search. You often see Boolean operators in uppercase letters because many databases read them in uppercase letters. The Boolean operator AND will narrow your search. You're telling the database you want to see both of those words in your search. In this case, we want to see Paleolithic art and Lascaux cave. So each article the database shows us will have Paleolithic art and Lascaux cave somewhere within the record for the article. The Boolean operator OR expands your search. You're telling the database to use either one of the words you've entered. OR is best used with synonyms or like terms. For example, we can search Paleolithic art or prehistoric art or cave paintings. The database will show us resources that have one of these phrases. The Boolean operator NOT narrows your search. You're telling the database to eliminate a certain word from the database search results. This might be because the database keeps pulling up articles on a topic that you are not interested in, or you might have enough information on that topic, but you do not want to see it in your search anymore. As you gather resources for research, you will need to find a way to organize them. You can create folders in your email and label them by class. You can then sign into your email and select the class folder to view the article. If you have Gmail, then you have access to your G Drive. In your G Drive, you can create folders and upload the PDF of your article. When you use this method of organization, you would be able to access your articles 24/7 from your device. You can create folders on your desktop and put the PDF of your article in the folder. The only downside is that you can lose your articles if your desktop crashes. If you like to have physical articles in your hand, you can print the physical article and put it in folders. You can highlight and make notes on the article. The downside is you can lose the article, and some articles can be 20 to 30 pages long, so it will use a lot of paper and ink. But think of which method of organization would work best for you. As you're researching your topic within art history, I have some recommended resources for you. As a researcher, you want to begin with reference resources. Credo is a reference database that contains over 650 encyclopedias and dictionaries across the subjects. This would be a great place to start for your topic. You cannot use any of the articles to count as one of your sources, but it is a good place to get background information for your topic and keywords you can use to plug into the databases. You can also use Oxford Art Database as a reference resource. For books, I recommend you visit our library catalog to find resources not just on our campus library, but you can also search other campus libraries and Montgomery County Memorial Library and Harris County Public Library. I also recommend our ebook databases, such as EBSCO eBook Collection or eBook Central. When searching for journal articles, I recommend you start with JSTOR, which offers many historical peer-reviewed journal articles, and also Academic Search Complete, which is a comprehensive database that covers many subjects and topics. There are several ways you can contact a librarian for research and citation help. You can email a librarian. You can also call a librarian. You can text a librarian, and we will respond back to you as long as it is during our normal reference hours. If the text message falls outside of our reference hours, we will contact you the next day. You can also instant message with a librarian through the Chat with the Librarian button. You can also schedule a research consultation with the librarian. We offer in-person appointments and virtual appointments through WebEx.